Go to Goodreads.com to begin and create an account with your NCSU Google account. You will notice that that's not what I'm using here just because I'm using a demo. When you create your name, write your name, this is the name that will appear at the top of all of your accounts. So if this is going to be part of something you might use in the classroom in the future, you might want to consider having this be a professional name. After you click on sign up, there will be a few different options. For the first one about getting recommendations from social networks, go to skip this step. After you skip that step, you can set a reading challenge if you want, or you can skip that step. Here on favorite genres, because this is a children's lit project, select children's and young adult in order to help you get good recommendations. Goodreads works similarly to Netflix, so when you make recommendations and when you choose different books, you want to make sure that you are thinking about how it's going to make recommendations for you based on what you've selected. That's why we chose those particular genres. Now you're going to find books that you have read and you are going to rate them on a star system, 1 being terrible, 5 being like the most awesome book you've ever read. So make sure that you don't pick too many 5s because that will kind of be confusing. But if you liked a book, you can pick a 3. And notice that my recommendations will keep changing. Spend a few minutes making recommendations until you get to the point where you have ranked at least 20 books. When you've rated 20 books, you will see that you get an option to continue recommending with young adult or to see your recommendations. Select see your recommendations to get suggestions on books to read. At this point, if you want to, you can select books on want to read, or you can at any point in the recommendations to start a shelf for yourself on books you might want to read. Now we're going to look for a book that we have all read in order to make sure that you know how to create a review on Goodreads. So in the search box, you can search for any specific book. In this case, we are going to search for the book Duck Rabbit. Here's the book Duck Rabbit that we have looked at on Tumble Books. So now that we have found the book Duck Rabbit, the first step in creating a review is to use our star system like we were doing before in recommendations. Here I'm going to select the stars. Notice that it moved to my red shelf, and then I will be able to write a review. The way to write a review is to hover over the red shelf, which changed when I rated, and then I can select write a review. Now, if I want to, I can make shelves and put this book on multiple shelves. I can include reading information, although this is not required for any assignment. And then here, I can write my review. When you have finished writing your review and the information that you need is in your syllabus, you will then select Save. You are now on the screen where you can see everyone's reviews. So this is not the URL that you would want to turn in. Instead, you will be selecting back on the Goodreads button to get to your home page, and there we will find the correct URL. When I am on my Goodreads home page and I want to find a review that I completed, there are a couple ways. I can go to My Books, and then here is my Duck Rabbit review. When I click on Duck Rabbit, notice that I get to a page that has a whole series of other people's reviews. That is not what I want. I want to make sure that I get to just my review in order to get the correct URL to turn in. So I will click on My Review. When I click on My Review, now I get to the page that just has my review information with my name. This is the URL that I can then copy and paste into Moodle in order to turn in just this particular review.